So you all should hear me. Right now we are going to work on the inspect a document assignment in Google Classroom. So right now what I have done is I have typed everything that you see on page 3 just in a Word document on Microsoft 360 Word, and then we will go ahead and go through all of the steps that I am expecting you to complete. After we have typed this, we've keyed in the text, we've done number 1. Now we can go ahead and move on to number 2 and rename our project file, or our file, to project 1.7, your new best friend. And then we can just go ahead and click off of it and it will do its thing. Now what we're going to do is we can change our orientation of the page to landscape and change the top and bottom margins to 2.5 or 0.25, quarter of an inch, and the left and right margins to a half of an inch. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to layout, orientation, and landscape. That will make our page landscape. The next thing we can do is change our margins to the top and bottom being 0.25 and left and right being a half of an inch. So we come over here, we're still in the layout tab. We're going to go over to margins. If you notice that mine looks a little different, I'm doing it on my Mac at home. So if you're doing it on your Chromebook or on a PC, yours will look different, but the program itself will look the same. So we're going to go ahead and hit down. We're going to go to custom margins. The top and bottom are being a quarter of an inch, so 0.25. And then the left and right being a half of an inch, so 0.5. Once we have that looking just like that, we can go ahead and hit OK. And we are good to move on to number 4. So number 4 says to change the font of the entire document to 24. So we can hit Control A, or if you're on a Mac, Command A. And then we can go back to our Home tab, hit the 3 buttons if you have it half screen like mine, and we want to make it 24. So now yours should look very similar to mine. So now what we can do is we are going to add the image of puppy.jpg, resize it to a height of 9 inches and a width of 13.5, and adjust the color to the sepia. I can never pronounce that. So your puppy image is the second file in your document or in your Google Classroom. So this is our instructions. This is the puppy file. You can save it, or we can just click it with 2 fingers at the same time. Copy image, come down below here and Control V or Command V. Let me get back to our instructions. All right, and now we're good to go ahead and to adjust that. So we're wanting our image selected. So remember with the dots, right? So we're gonna click picture up here. If it doesn't show up, you can click this down arrow and it might be here. But we want to be in picture, and we're gonna resize it. So we want it to have what? A height of 9 inches and to a width of 13.5. If we notice how mine automatically updated, it's because I have this lock aspect ratio clicked. If I unclick that, I can change these independently. But if once that's clicked, it's going to keep that ratio. Ratio is something like so. 3/4 of a cup of flour is the same thing as 6/8 of a cup of flour, right? They're the same thing. We're just keeping that ratio. So that's just locking that. So we want that. So it'll be 9 in height and a width of 13.5. And we can't really adjust the color because that is a desktop thing again. If I come over here and show you my Word document, let me just create a new one real quick for you. No, I just want a blank document. I can come in here and I can edit my picture color, and then that would be what this is, right? But unfortunately with the Word Online, we do not have that capability. So now after that, what we are going to do is we are going to move on to number 6 and wrap text properties of the image to behind text, then move the image on the page so it covers all 4 margins and that the dog is sitting on the bottom right-hand corner as shown in figure 1.7b, see icon A. So if we want to go look at 1.7b, it will look like that, okay? So what we're going to do is we are going to click on our picture, and if we're still in that picture tab, we're going to go to wrap text, and we're going to hit behind text. What this does is this allows us to move him up here. Well, maybe. Oop, not right. My bad. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Misclicked. Picture, wrap text, behind text. And then, so a lot of us were having this issue in class, correct? What we will do is we're just going to hit Control. Okay, what we're going to do is hit Control A or Command A, whichever one. And then we're just going to re-click this. For some reason, this seems to work. So then don't ask me why. It's a glitch in the online version. But this works, so we can just go ahead and Control A or Command A and then just re-click your font size or font color and it will work. Okay, so now we're going to move on to number 7. Inspect the document for accessibility issues, then add alt text to the image with the following descriptive text. So alternative text or alt text is if, say, somebody was sight impaired or was blind. This would read them what the description of the image. So it would read them a dog sitting in the grass. So they have the same experience as a person that has the ability to see, and they aren't missing out on anything in the world. So we're going ahead and just going to click on our picture. So, my goodness, this is being a little bit of a pain, isn't it? We can add the alternative text first. So go ahead and make sure you have your image selected. We can hit our picture tab. Mine has the 3 dots because I have it in split screen. If not, yours will just say alternative text. We can go ahead and hit alternative text. This is where we can type a dog sitting in the grass. This will not change the look of your text at all, or your image or your paper file at all. You will not know unless you have all your alternative text read, and then it will read it out loud for you. But as you can see, my image does not change, or my file does not change at all. But if I go back into that alternative text, it is there. So you will not see a difference. Okay, let's go ahead and bring that back because we're going to be a pain. But we do have to change the font color anyway to the entire document to white. So we can just come to our home tab. Mine is in my 3 dots. I can just come down here to font color, and I want mine to be white. And it looks just like that and looks beautiful. So now we can move on to number 9. So now we're going to change some font sizes and to bold or italicize things. So it tells us, A, we need to find your new best friend, change the size to 48, and bold it. So that is our first thing up here. Whoa. Now I see what you guys were talking about in class. Never had this happen. Very interesting. Learn something new every day, right? Okay, so we're going to change this for 48, and we're going to bold it. Oh, I missed my F. Oops. Oh well, we can still get it. See, even teachers make mistakes. Okay, so that's done. Now we can find Happy Tails Ranch, change that to size 36. Change that to size 36. So if your little thing is not popping up like mine is, that's okay. I'll do the next few without using that shortcut. So now we're going to do 10th Adoption Day. We're going to go into our home tab. We're going to click our 3 dots, or it might just show up, and we're going to change it to 34. So I can either click here and type it, hit enter, it'll change, or if I want to go ahead and do this Columbus Day, I'll show you the other way. Oh, I need that C. Baby, come back. Okay, there we go. Then I can hit my 3 dots. I can hit the down arrow right here, and I can go to, what was it? 28. So then I can click 28. But say I wanted 27, So then my typing would be my best option, right? Because I don't have a 27 option. That does not mean it's not. And we can go higher than 72, but you can do it either way. 10 to 5 is 28. Well, why didn't they just have me do them all at the same time? Well, okay then. I guess get our practice in. Practice makes perfect, right, guys? All right, 28. Just hit enter. And beautiful. Okay, so now we've done number 9. We've done all A through F. And we can move on to number 10. It says insert the registered trademark special character, the special trademark character, after the text Humane Society of the United States. So what that is if you guys ever see these on after like the Nike swoosh or the Adidas logo, things like that, it means that the Humane Society of the United States is trademarked and nobody else can come up with that name. So what we do is we click after the S. Here, let me zoom in. Whoa, that was zoomed in. After the S here in United States, I go to my insert tab right here. I can go to symbols and hit down arrow. I notice it looks just like here. If we look over on our instructions, it looks the same. Or if it didn't show up, I could have added more symbols, but it's right here. So then we just click that and it will pop up. So we got that part. Whoa, okay, it's being glitchy today. All right, so now we're good to move on to number 11. On a new line at the end of the document, key the following text, www.humanesociety.org. I can enter, I'm going to type www.humanesociety.org. Perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and I can click or highlight these because now we're on to number 12. It says format the text spay, neuter, surgery, age-appropriate vaccinations, and microchipping as a bullet point list shown in figure 1.7b. So we're going to go ahead and scroll down. So it wants these to be bullet points. So we're just going to highlight spay and neuter surgery, a microchip vaccination, or age-appropriate vaccinations and microchipping, and then we can go back to home and click on our bullet point list. Scroll back up to the instructions. And now what it wants us to do is to hyperlink the text www.humanesociety.org and the Humane Society logo to that hyperlink and color the URL to white. Okay, so what I can do is then I can double click. Oh, is it not going to let us? Ooh, it might not. Okay, so I can hit space and we don't have the logo, which is fine. If I wanted to edit the link, I can go ahead and edit, and then this is where I would edit. So if, say, I wanted it to go somewhere different than what it says, I could then change, like I could have it say something and then have it go somewhere else, right? So then we go ahead and do that. We hit OK. And then now I can go ahead and highlight that because it wants it to be white. Come in here and change the font color to white. Okay. It's okay if yours doesn't show like mine because your document's correct because I follow these instructions when I'm grading. So if yours looks just like mine, we're golden. We can go ahead and save this and turn it in. I understand that it is not in the Sapphire color, which is cool. All you need to have is make sure you have it looking just like mine. All right, have a great day, guys.